finding themselves again.
100%, yeah.
Do you find it hard to look back and make sense of it with words?
No, so that's like going back to the educational part of it. Like once I did this research in the beginning, and once I started like really diving into the facts, it really helped me like, wow, that's why that happened. Wow, that's why I did that. Wow, like it helped me understand myself, because a lot of times it's hard to forgive yourself for putting up with all of that, for going back, for choosing that step.
I do kind of find it hard to like come up with the words to explain to someone what they went through or what you went through, because it's just so you don't know unless you're there, you know? So it's just like you're trying to explain something to someone that's so vast that it's just like you only tell them this much, you know, and hope that it's enough. It's
not small. I need to, both solid points that both of you are making that I've heard just in the, I don't know, 16, 18 months, whatever it's been that we've been doing this. I hear a lot of people saying what both of you have just said. Education, extremely important, because now you can linguistically explain what has taken place. It's almost as if you now know the recipe of how it all was working while you were in it, and in that big mix bowl. Now you know, okay, those were the chocolate chips, that was the baking powder, that was, and now it all makes sense. It's one huge recipe, and you're going like, okay, that recipe don't work for me. Okay, and now you can go live your life. But for others that they don't know they're in this big mixing bowl, and that all of a sudden their identity is being sucked out of them, and they all of a sudden become in this shell or this pod of a person, because what did you say? Entangled. People become entangled and mesh with one another. But I like what you just said there, Katie, because there was a point you said, you're highlighting the fact that, well, you can't really per se describe it because it's so vast. It's vast. It's big.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times when you said that triggered, and just say that it clicked in my head that I'm thinking about everybody that's been on the show in over 350 some odd episodes, and it does make sense. Everyone is pretty much saying what you just said. It's not like one thing. It's not 10 things.
There's layers.
It's not 30 things.
That's exactly why we're doing this.
Like
because we want to teach and educate. That's exactly why we're here. That's our mission, to just educate people on this cycle of abuse that they're stuck in and they can't get out, so they can see it for themselves and get out and turn their love inwards and heal.
And where one person may be at one stage of this mess that they're dealing with who they're dealing with, you got somebody else, a friend, a coworker, or somebody else going through another, and then something we personally or you personally have gone through. Everyone's in this whole vast thing that's happening, but yet now, I think Kara, you said it's like textbook. It's like it's like they're working off a playbook, and everybody else is like, I have no idea what play they're running, and I'm thoroughly confused.
Honestly, like the more I talk about it, the more similar all the stories are, right? And the more like
that's true. That's
when I talk to people about this, I would be like, wait, what is this person's name? Because I almost thought we had like been with the same person. I
think that person, I know that person is with me. And they go like, no, that person is with me.
Yeah.
Right. Are they related? Are they all related?
No, I know you go like, wait a minute.
The same parents?
Yeah. He's 4'9" and acting that way, and that one's like 7'2", but they're the same. Are they related? You know, they're different parts of the world. No, right. It's all the same. Well, so how does that work now with your education? That you've become a student, a narcologist student. I was gonna say radiologist, but I'm gonna leave that alone right now. But you have become a narcologist student. Hopefully that was an inside joke. But anyhow, you become this narcologist student waiting to get your degree on Narcissist. And go ahead.
I will give myself credit. I have done a ton of research on this, but I am no scientist, so I actually.
Okay. Let me help you. Let me cut you off and be rude and with that, so everybody go like, "Wow, how rude that guy is." I'm not watching this show ever again. Hot pockets. Okay, all right. So seriously, let me just say this. This is a ghetto street conversation. We don't care about credentials here. This is as if you walked into the ghetto and you going into the barbershop. So this show is all about barbershop today for sure.
sign.
So I saw that.
We're
I
here
thought,
for it.
you know, I'm gonna get shot. She's not gonna get shot. I'm gonna be.
Do you want me to just dive right into all this
Yes,
knowledge?
I
Okay.
do, and then Katie and I will jump in when we see daylight, whenever we see daylight. But go right ahead.
You feel free to jump in whenever. I want to do a little background.
Wait, I'm sorry. Please forgive me again. I got to tell you what people are saying. I'm being so rude here. Hey, look at you, Kara. Spread that awareness. That's from B Wilderness. Is that a family member or what? Is it somebody you guys know?
She's actually someone I met and helped through.
Oh,
her
cool.
narcissist.
That's awesome. And Safety Cindy.
My mom.
She says, "What's name of show?" And emotional, and a bunch of laughing from Nikki. Excuse me, from Ricky. And you said that's your mom? Cindy's your mom?
Yeah.
She says deep breaths, girl. Now that's your executive producer right there. That's your director from a distance.
Nervous.
I'm looking at it myself. I've been trying to give you make you laugh and kind of lighten up a little bit, because it's okay. Everybody does this when they come on. They're a little tense. But
well, it's our
trust
first
me,
show too, and this is exactly what we wanted to do. So we're excited.
Yeah. You should be doing more shows, and I hope you will. And I'll be happy to give you a list of people you should reach out to, because you should be on a tour, both of you. But I have to say, Cheryl Smith and Katie, or rather Carol, I'm going to hand this over to you in just a second. The show, but it says Cheryl Smith says this. She says, "You don't know what you don't know." And your mom says healing is essential. She gives you a heart and a Band-Aid. So take it from there, Katie. Let's talk about this and the stuff you've been learning, so that you can protect yourself as well as other young women out there from technically these men. I know, guys. I know you write me, and I do shows about guys. Tonight, this Friday, this ghetto show is about these two women and helping other young women under the age of 40 or 35 that are dealing with this. But go right ahead.
Okay, so basically, let's get into hoovering. And if you know what hoovering is, I was in a relationship for about 5 years on and off, and I would, no matter how much I knew that this person was bad for me, I would always go back to them. And I would tell myself, I'm so strong this time. I know that I got this. And then they would come around and I would just go back. So during the relationship, you try to like express your feelings, and you try and set like these boundaries, you know.
Right.
And this person doesn't want to listen. They don't care. They're okay, whatever. So finally, you know, you're gonna put your foot down. You're gonna walk away. You're gonna go no contact. And of course, you walk away. They don't like that. They want to tell you everything to get you back. They're gonna tell you, I need counseling. You were right. I've had a spiritual awakening. I've heard it all.
I have to ask. Okay, now you just said it. You said what I was. Did somebody really tell you that they had a spiritual awakening?
Yes.
Okay, you're the third person out of, like I said, almost 300, over 350 episodes that have said that. And every time, I only heard it. You're the third person. I want to laugh every time. Did it actually work?
I laughed at first, but then like.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at you, but I'm just saying.
It's truly funny, because they'll literally tell you.
Master manipulators.
Yes, master manipulator. They'll literally tell you anything you want to hear to bring you back into that relationship.
Wow.
And the conscious part of your mind knows to doubt it. But especially if this person is persistent, your subconscious mind is telling you like, oh, maybe they did change. You give them you give them the benefit of the doubt, and soon enough you start to believe it. You feed into those thoughts, and you might feel that they're truly changed. And that's like where the hoovering all begins, and that's when it goes back into the love bombing phase. That's when they start treating you amazing, taking you on a vacation or buying you gifts. And then it's their little bait. They're giving you a little fishing bait, and you decide to take that bite or not. But most of the time, if you're in this cycle of abuse and you're addicted, you're into the highs and the lows in your brain, which Kara will go over in just a little bit. You're going to take that bite and you're going to get reeled in, and soon enough you're back in the same invalidating patterns, and you just feel like so foolish. You're like, why did I go back? Like, I knew, I saw the red flags and I knew. So that's basically what like the hoovering tactic is, to get you back into the narcissistic relationship.
May I ask this then? Because I did mention to both of you that the audience here has gotten much younger. Literally, we're talking high school girls. It's easy for me to say that. I'm 60 years old, so they're literally girls. I mean, I have 2 daughters, and they are like, we've never heard of this. You know, them and their friends, they're like finding out what narcissism is, and they're finding out this guy from school, or some that are out of school, are coming and hoovering them, love bombing them. And they're going through this cycle that they're learning about now, that you're going to talk more about, Katie,
and
just like Kara in a minute.
Just like the Gabby Petito story, she was obviously clearly a victim of this cycle. And it can get
the highs and the lows. Like you said, the highs and the lows can make them addicted, right?
It can get so toxic, and that's why it can get to that point where someone can get hurt really badly, and we want to help. Why this hoovering tactic works, and it's fear. You're scared of being alone. You're scared of this person changing and finding happiness with someone else. Yeah. And also the guilt. You know, you have all of this guilt because narcissists are great at guilt tripping you. You know, they blame you for basically everything. Like, oh, you don't love me because you don't want to stick it out and make it work with me. Or, you know, and that guilt is heavy. So you don't want to carry that. So getting back with them will take that guilt away. And also you still hear like those stories in your head, you know, like that perfect image family that you've told your friends and families, and just that, you know, the image that you created in your head and wanted to put into the world. So that's why you go back, because you think that you can obtain it. And lastly, why they hoover is because they want control. We all know that's what narcissists do. They want control over you. Also, hoovering works because they don't like losing. And when they win you, it satisfies them pretty much. It's really sad. And hoovering not hoovering, but it's addictive with the highs and lows for them. They're very, excuse me.
You're doing fantastic. Go ahead.
The drama keeps them engaged. They're just like us with the highs and the lows and the chemicals in your brain. They crave that up and down. Maybe it stems from childhood, but you know what? That's not your problem. You know,
there you go.
Need to get help. So don't go finding excuses for them.
Don't try to be their doc. Don't try to be their parent or their doctor, right?
Yeah. Hoovering is basically just another phase of the NARC cycle. It's love bombing, devalue, discard, hoover again, and they just get you in this ugly, toxic cycle, and that's exactly why you go back so many times. Also, with the chemical neurons, it's scientific that there's a reason why you go back.
I'm just gonna wait, hold on a second. I just gotta tell you this. You got something on the screen. Do you see it? Do you see it there? There's a comment on the screen. Would you, Katie, would you read that to us? Leave no contact. They're agreeing with you.
Oh, yes. Leave no contact. That is really hard, especially when you have to have contact with this person.
No, they got some words right after that. That's their name. Leave no contact, go ghost is their name. But they mentioned something. It says narcissist. Go ahead. You can read it for the audience and your friends and family that are here as well.
I'm looking. See it. You want me to read it?
Or read, yes, if you could. Yeah,
also
somebody.
Do their hate bombing when they're insidious, manipulative, love bombing, abuser tactics does not work.
That's essentially what you were just talking about, Katie. That they try to find a way to use love bombing, and when they don't get their way, then they hate bomb you. They smear you and talk bad about you, try to put you down, belittle you, and a whole lot more.
Of course.
The audience is connecting with what you're saying. I've got to ask you to do something for me, though, Katie. Let's try this, because I want you to try to describe for the young ladies that may be going through this or have gone through this, describe the feelings and the emotions of the highs and lows. Kara, the same with you. Feel free to just, for a minute. Sometimes we can approach certain aspects of life without a doubt left brain, and we can be very logical or pragmatic about it, as many of us can be. But I really want to dive into the emotional aspect that these abusers do to people, which is utterly disgusting. Mm-hmm. Yes, that could be a female or a male narcissist. Either way, parent, it could be whatever. We're talking.
Do you want me to like give an example of?
I want you to tell us what the feeling was like on those highs and lows, where all of a sudden you felt high and in love, and then all of a sudden you felt abandoned, or maybe whatever it was for you.
Like a drug.
Well, the highs are, of course,
like a drug. Yeah.
It is. The highs, it's better than a drug. It's just like
it's better.
It's love.
We're not promoting it, but it's like a drug. Don't go marrying a narcissist just because she said that. Let me clarify that. Okay, this is Narc Abuse TV, but we're not promoting narcissism.
I didn't mean it like that.
Be careful, man.
No, I'm just saying.
All my subscribers just disappear. You know, everybody just got
No, but it's love. You know, I'm saying, like, love is better than anything. Like, you know, when someone finally chooses you. But the highs, you just feel like on top of this world. You feel motivated. You feel inspired. You just feel great. Like you have the world in your hands, you know. And then it could just change so drastically when all of a sudden one day this person's just, I don't care. I don't give a, you know, like, oh, okay, but I thought you loved me. Like, why are you talking to me like that? You know, and then you try and and then you try and express to them like, oh, I don't like the way that you like talk to me, and then it turns to, well, you know, you're always nagging, you're always doing this, and I'm like, I'm just trying to express how I feel, you know, and then they just go lower and lower and lower, like you're always doing this, like, you know, and it just really takes you to such a dark hole. And I just have to say really quickly, if you guys haven't seen Made, the Netflix show, you need to watch that, because it really shows you that whole cycle and the real low parts.
And those low parts that you experience, they're not a part of your life now.
No.
But you know how to help individuals who may go through that to be able to navigate and work their way through it because you've experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I chime in on this?
Yes, go right ahead.
I don't think that the lows leave you completely. I think that, like for me and Katie love the moon, obviously. That's why we have moon tattoos for our brand. So basically, like we always kind of say that with the moon, when the moon comes around, like we feel these lows a little more still, where some of this stuff is still heavy. Some of this stuff still stays with you. Yes, we have left. Yes, we have moved on. Yes, we have started all of this, you know, to spread awareness. Yes. But it doesn't mean that we're fully healed. So like, I want to reach out to those people that are like, well, I'm, you know, left, but I'm also not on this high, because I'm not on that all the time either. Like I have a lot. So I want to just like, put that out there.
I definitely agree. I just don't think that the lows to the extreme that when I was in the narcissist, I have those anymore. I can have flashbacks or trauma, you know, PTSD, but I don't think that I have been to that point since I have decided I am done with that relationship.
Sure.
You definitely have highs and lows, because life ain't always breezy, baby.
But you have more positive memories now, would it be safe to say, than you had then?
Positive memories like every day?
Today. Comparison to
before.
before.
The relationship?
Now, you have more positive memories now, would you say, than you had before?
Oh, yeah.
So anybody that's hearing this now and they're just starting their journey, what if they feel what if they feel hopeless? No, I'm just saying, what if they feel hopeless? You've just given them a measure of hope. You've just given them an opportunity to see things, or recovery is possible, and things will get better. And it's
the ugly truth is it starts with you, and you have to hold yourself accountable. And yes, it hurts, and you can reach out, and there's people that are there for you, but you can't keep saying, it's him, or it's her. You can't keep blaming the other person. You really have to hold yourself accountable and start making those choices to educate yourself, like Kara said, and really just create your own life and bring back your happiness.
I just want to put out there too, there's definitely hope, because I went back 7 times. Do you know how much that is, the back and forth, the kick out, moving, all that stuff? And I could talk
to both of you about that for about another 5 hours, because I want to dissect that one day. No, you're gonna have to come back, or we're gonna have to do something, because that is very what you have both said, that because you were hoovered back, you went back 7 times. There is something about that needs to be discussed, because people are doing it. I'm just saying, if you did it today. Yeah. And it should be, I know you guys will do this on your channel and what you guys are doing, but repeatedly talked about, because too many people are doing it not knowing I have control over this to stop it. That addiction, I can cut off that supply that he's giving me that's bad for me. Please go ahead and what you're saying.
You're fine. And I know a lot of times you're sometimes dependent on this person, and sometimes they'll be like, I'm going to cut you off. And a lot of times people go back because they're stuck in a situation. So with that, I would just say, even when you're in that situation, you truly just have to love yourself and just pray and hope, and look for jobs, opportunities, ways to get out.
We have gone 37 minutes, and it is now officially the Kara Education Hour. We're going to actually talk more than an hour per se, but you're going to take some time right now to do that. I do have to tell everybody, if it's your first time here, I do see you in the chat. I am not going to ignore it, but I just wanted to spend some time initially getting some things discussed with Katie, and let everyone make sure you have enough time to get your pencils and paper and notebooks together, because Kara, the Kara Crunch Hour, Education Hour is about to, I'm making up stuff as I go. This is free. Hey, this is free TV. What they gonna do? Cut me off? So what I do have to read. There's stuff happening here. I have to read it to you. And then Kara, I need you to just again take over. Go ahead and do what you're going to do. Wish I knew what a narcissist was during my marriage. That's coming from. I'm sorry. I'm going to butcher your name. I'm just going to say Dib. She says, I wish I knew what a narcissist was during my marriage. I lived with one for over 20 years, and the label I always gave it was an abusive relationship. That's what she says. So you have somebody here listening and agreeing with you. It always is in the back of your mind. That's according to Melissa Surprise. She, again, others here are agreeing with you. There's a number of them. I do have to read them to you. Everybody, I appreciate you being here and waiting for me to get to you if it's your first time here. By the way, if you're here, you're more than welcome here on our channel. What we do is you can make up a fake name. You can use your real name. I wouldn't know the difference. Instead of me having to call and use your Instagram name, which is beautiful, it's just hard for an old man to use. Feel free to make up a name. Everybody could be Jane Doe for tonight. That's fine with me too. Go away, come back. She says, they twist your natural human emotions. Love is supposed to feel like a high. The NARC is incapable of love, only abuse. Melissa also says, I have been back so many times too. She's agreeing with both of you. You guys are striking a chord here without a doubt. And your mom says, so happy you've broken the cycle. I'm sorry. She gave me goosebumps. That alone is going to make me cry as a dad. Because if my daughter, I'm proud of both of you, and you're not my biological family. So I'm really proud of both of you to stand on your own 2 feet emotionally. Okay. And I'm not like on your tippy toes, like on eggshells, but you're on your heels. You are grounded. Even though you may have moments, look at the impact you're having right now. I know, because I'm looking at the screen. I mean, I'm scrolling and looking at what everybody's saying. So people are recognizing what you're saying. Kara, have at it.
All right. So I'm going to give a background on why I am such a little nerd. I work in the medical field. I work in radiology. I have loved science and loved to learn.
You're a narcologist. You're not a radiologist anymore.
Works since I was in high school. So I actually went to, I took summer school to take an extra class of science. That's how nerdy I was. So we're just going to jump right into it. I wanted to know why the heck I acted this way, why the heck my brain acted this way, and what happens. Like, there's all this research on the narcissist and what happens and why they act that way. But like, why does our brain, you know, like being a survivor, like, how can I understand myself? How can I find myself again? So I'm just going to dive right into it. So we're going to talk about the brain. So basically, your left side of your brain is going to go over like mathematics, logic, languages, like all of that stuff, right? And then the right side of your brain is basically going to be like your creativity, your arts, your imagination, daydreaming. So during this time when you're going through narcissistic abuse, your left side basically shuts down and your right side, it lights up. And so basically like all of your logic shuts down and you're just in like daydreaming la la land, basically. So that kind of helps you understand, you know, like what the heck is going on. That's just a little intro to it. So as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, with like narcissistic abuse, you can lead to PTSD. And it does have effects on 3 major parts of the brain. So that's going to be your hippocampus, your frontal, your prefrontal cortex, and then your amygdala, which my boyfriend helped me look up because
I've been waiting. I've been leading up to this moment in which he would get a plug. He would get a plug. Now, go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
Literally, like, went on Google and was like, Google, how do you say this word? Because I didn't want to mispronounce it. So
wait. I'm sorry. Time out for a second. Time out. This has never happened on this show. This reminds me as if I'm sitting at home with my daughters and we're having a conversation. This is exactly, you guys can be my daughters. Literally, your personalities are very similar. So this is amazing. But go right ahead, because you know what I really want to see. I hear you talking, but in the hearts of, you're just streaming across the screen and people are talking over here. Go way back, go away, come back, says yes, you both are truly incredible women. You're getting love all on the screen, but I'm waiting for what you know I'm waiting for. So come on, go ahead.
Okay, so the prefrontal cortex of your brain, right? Your hippocampus, and then your amygdala, which is what we looked up to make sure.
Armadillo. We can call it armadillo on this show. It's okay. None of us, whatever we want to call it. We do what we want on this show. Go ahead.
So your hippocampus shuts down, and then your amygdala lights up. Your hippocampus, basically, the one that shuts down is your learning, your memory, your decision-making, all of that, right?
Yes.
So because it is shut down, that makes you a lot easier to gaslight. If you don't know what gaslighting is, go ahead and type that in Google right now, because we're going to move past that a little bit. Got it. With the amygdala, it's your fight or flight. So every time you get scared and anxious, this is activated, which we all know happens during a narcissistic abuse. Okay. You're scared, you're anxious. That's where your anxiety comes from. This also controls your breathing, your heart rate, your love, your hate, all of your emotions, right? So that is lit up. So I printed out a picture.
Here we go, everybody. I love show and tell on my show. Yes, I love show and tell. You know what? Hold on a second. Hold it right there. Everybody, as we normally do on this platform, move it over to your right a little bit, I think. Your left. Yeah, move it over to your left. What? No, too much. You just real slow, keep moving, real slow, keep going. Right there. Hold it right there. Now. Okay, now Katie, go ahead and do what you were just doing. We're doing the Vanna White thing. Hold it right there. Just hold it right there. Now, everybody that's watching, please, especially you, Pat Coach, or anybody else that's here, leave no contact. Some of you regulars that are here, take a screenshot and send it to Soul Cousin. Is it Soul Cousins? I'm saying it wrong, aren't I? It's Soul Cousin. Send it to their page or send it to me. So that we have a screenshot of this. I can't take one necessarily at this moment where I'm at, but just hold it there just for a second, and feel free to send this picture to them and give them some love for the work that she went through and your boyfriend to put this together. And our beautiful, who's better than Vanna White, Katie, that did that for the pointing for us there. So thank you very much. Go right ahead. Now go ahead. You go do what you're going to do. Awesome picture, though.
So your amygdala lights up, right? So this is basically going to get activated. So fight or flight, your brain is like, oh my God, what is going on? Your hippocampus, which is your decision making, your logic, memory, all that stuff, right? Here's another photo.
Go right ahead.
So that is shrunk. So I am a visual learner, so I printed these out. So that's why, like, when your hippocampus is shrunk, the narcissist can say, like, I never said that. I didn't do that. And you're kind of like questioning yourself. You're like, maybe they did it. Maybe I'm imagining this, because your brain is literally shrunk right now. Like, it doesn't remember what's going on. Okay. So then going back to basically like your amygdala, which is stressed out because it is expanded. So during that, cortisol is released, which is your stress hormone. So because of all of this, your brain is kind of contradicting, like it doesn't know what to, you know, kind of basically trust. And so that's why a lot of survivors will feel like they can't trust themselves, will feel like they're second guessing themselves. I know for me, I'm still working on this to where my intuition is so spot on, but my brain is still like, well, maybe. And it's like, shut up, brain. My intuition knows best. Like, my gut, like, just gotta trust your gut. Right. And I think that stems from, for me at least, like, how could I trust myself when I went back 7 times? Like, how could I do this? Well, understanding why you went back because of like all of this stuff with your brain will really help you start to like forgive yourself and move forward. So we're going to go into there is hope. So you can regrow your amygdala, or no, I'm mixing it up. You can regrow your hippocampus. That's what you want to grow because it is shrunk. And that is your memory, your decision making, all of that, right?
Before you say the next aspect, then let me please ask this. Katie, did you recognize when you were experiencing this type of narcissistic drain on you emotionally and what you were going through, the abuse, did you feel that at times your memory was off and that you couldn't remember things properly or what was true and not true?
I couldn't even go grocery shopping. It would take me like 2 hours.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. That's a good one. That's a good one. No, I'm glad you said that. I've heard other people say that.
And when you have this person that's calling you dumb, calling you stupid, calling you dumber than a bag of rocks, and I'm trying to go do something, and I can't pick out which freaking macaroni and cheese to buy, I felt like I was literally going insane, and I didn't know what was wrong with me.
Right. So it does happen, and everybody needs to know, if you're experiencing this and someone is putting you in these positions, what Katie and Kara are mentioning, and Kara is illustrating, please, here, Kara, could you hold that picture up again? I'm just going to do this. And point to the
this.
Yeah. Put the first one up for us, please, for a second, and point to that part that you said. Just point to is it the red one, right? That part is the part you're saying grows and expands, right?
Yeah.
And that creates a problem.
Yeah.
And I just want people to know that's happening to you. And, you know, if you just went through that today, maybe when you woke up this morning, or you're expecting that person to come home from dinner, or going to go to bed, or they're there now, this is what's happening inside, is what Kara is saying. And the more we understand, I'm just going to kind of shrink wrap what you said the best way I can as a guy trying to understand, because you explained it so well. You're saying then that this is happening inside, and Katie's been talking about what happens outside when you're dealing with them. And when the two come together, it's like what's happening in the chat over here. That, you know, they essentially try to make you feel like you're going crazy, or you think you're going crazy.
That's
because
exactly
you can't do a simple task. Is like what Katie's saying.
That's exactly what tactic is. It's called cognitive dissonance, and I preach on that word because it's a tactic that a narcissist uses to create this confusion in you and to help, or like you lose yourself. Basically, that's exactly what they want to happen.
Yeah, Kara, you're going to keep going there. We have a few more minutes to go here. Then we're going to need to take a commercial break because we have gone literally 50 minutes, going on 51 minutes. Of course,
it feels
probably
like 10 minutes.
I tell people that all the time.
We can do this all night.
Go ahead. I said these shows, I tell people that when I say we're going to do 3 hours, they go like, that's a long time to talk. I said, you have no idea how fast it'll go by.
So much information.
Getting dark, so I had to turn the light on.
Yes. And now we can see you. Can you say a little bit more for us for about another 10 minutes or so or thereabouts you can highlight to us, please?
Yeah. So as far as like when I found out all of this, I was honestly like upset that someone altered my brain without my permission. I got really mad.
I'm sorry. I've got to hold on a second. Hold on. The little children that I have volunteering inside of my console are happy to hear you say that because I think people should get upset when they figure out what has happened.
Yeah.
Because that way they will want to defend themselves and protect themselves. But go ahead, please. You said it made you upset when you figured out what somebody was doing to your brain.
Yeah, it made me upset because, like, I didn't give them permission. This is my brain. Like, I want to protect my brain. I don't want
That's a good one. I like that.
Anyone permission in my head rent-free. So, basically, I want to shed light onto this so people, if they are feeling like I was, like, really mad, like, my brain is different. So I do see a counselor that specializes in NPD, and a really good analogy she told me is basically it's like someone came in and let's picture your entertainment center, right? And back in the day, not now where we have like wall, but back
what's that supposed to mean? That's kind of messed up. You just said that to me. I mean,
no,
I understand. I'm not like those hip guys that are in their 30s and 40s.
I'm talking to everyone on this chat. Back in the day,
this is like being with my daughters. This is like being with my daughters. You just put me in a nursing home next, right? Go ahead.
When we had like 30 cords, right? Like all of them are tangled, and you're like, oh, thank God it's set up. I'm never going back there until I move. So basically, let's think that that's the way your brain is. It's an entertainment center, and it's all wires, all the neurons, right?
Okay.
Someone came in and unplugged everything and plugged it all into the wrong spots. So our job now is to basically figure out where these plugs go. So it is going to take some time. So you need to be patient with yourself, just like you would be patient while you're trying to plug your TV back in. So it's a perfect analogy to where, you know, someone came in and messed with it, but you can still grow it. And so I want to shed light on this now. So we want to grow the like hippocampus, right? The one that was shrunk. So how to do this is journaling, meditating, extreme self-care, which Katie and I have talked about. Essential oils will really help. Aromatherapy. For Katie and I, fitness helped. We went to the gym. We cried at the gym.
Did you see what she just did? Did you just see what you just did? No, my daughters do that because they lift weights, and I tell them keep doing that. That'll keep the bad guys away, and you'll get a good husband. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Helpful mentally to be in the gym, but one, you're gonna get way hotter, and they're gonna be sad. So it's a win-win.
You wait. Time out. No. I know we got to take a commercial break, but I got to tell you this. You need a T-shirt with a picture, a silhouette of both of you.
With all my game signs?
Wait, no, please don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. But one of you on one side doing this, and the other one on this side, and
That's
then hashtag we look way hotter. And then at the bottom, if you guys have a website, have your website there. And when people go there, they'll connect and go like, oh, it's about narcissism. And you can kind of, that's a marketing idea throughout the. So.
We have to say hashtag, and then what's that brain word?
Armadillo. Oh, what's the armadillo? I say armadillo. It's not right.
Let's say hippocampus because that's the one we want to regrow.
Okay, hashtag hippocampus.
Look at her, Katie. Look at her, Katie. She over there dropping knowledge. She puts her hand on like Dr. Phil. No, that's hippocampus, please. So, guys, get it correct. Get it. And Katie and I are laughing and stuff, and she's going like, "Come on, guys, this is serious stuff."
Come on, we gotta have one smart person in the group, Paxton.
Hey, Hey, we got 7
You're
smart
all
people in there.
smart.
Wait, with one of her, we got 7. Oh,
there's 19 other smart people in here. I wasn't talking to the camera.
Well, we hope that. Oh, by the way, I just have to tell you, don't get fooled by the number here on the thing. Every time you could have 100 people here. I won't know until I get done. My thing with Instagram, before it used to never work, and then they kind of like, well, we'll show you a few people. Anyhow, I just wanted to tell you that you guys could be talking to a whole bunch of people. We'll find out once I go to upload it. But what I was going to tell you is the information that you're giving us, it really helps people to shift the way they look at this narcissism, because it's not just what has happened to you, it's justifiable. They did some really horrendous things. It's justifiable that you're upset. But to understand the depth in which they did the damage to you mentally, connected to you emotionally, it's more than just an emotional thing. And therefore, well, working out and other things that we can personally and physically are capable of doing, or that the doctor tells you it's okay to do, all of those things are important, is what you're saying. Yeah. So it's not just, hey, they did me wrong and no contact. You literally regain your brain back by doing other things. And one of them is what you're saying, Kara, to really understand what has happened to your body physically, in your nervous system and your brain. Yeah. Go ahead. A few more words, and I got to read to you what everybody's saying over here while we've been laughing and talking.
So I do want to just touch on like cognitive dissonance, what Katie did say. So this is basically, if you've never heard of this term, this is basically when you have inconsistent thoughts and you're battling yourself. So not trusting your own judgment. So kind of losing your sense of self. So for example, like, you know, oh, I really like, he's a good person, or she's a good person, or I really know they're not bad, or they're not good for me, but I can't leave, kind of thing, right? So you're in your head going back and forth, like battling. So what helps with this is validation. So affirmations, I write 3 affirmations every day in my journal. I write them twice, and affirmations can be found on Pinterest. They can be found anywhere. But basically validating that you are not crazy, that this stuff happened to you. Because some of the things that have happened to Katie and I, we're like, no one is ever going to believe us. Like, because it's like literally out there, these things that they have done. And so validating that, like Katie said, journaling now, and then later on looking back at it is a huge validation. Affirmations, because we want to talk about how to recover from this, right? And so this is how you're going to recover. Also, self-love and accountability buddy, just like you would be in the gym. If you had a coach, right? If you had a gym trainer, you know, Katie and I were that accountability buddy, where we're like, oh my gosh, I want to text them. Oh my gosh, I'm sad today. You know, like
it's almost as if you're saying it's okay to have an emotional personal trainer. I mean, I'm sorry. Wait, time out just happened to me. You need to market that too. So just say hashtag. You both should be people's personal emotional trainer. Just tell them to call you up. I kind of like that. You should. I know there's more that you can highlight to us. I am going to need to take a break. We have gone 58 minutes and 30 some odd seconds and counting. But I need to get to what everybody has here real quick. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, but we need to begin where you have just ended, and we're going to pick it up from where you are right now, and a few other things, because I do have a surprise for you. We are going to play a game.
We did that at the same time.
You actually, you know what? You both did. That was really weird. You guys kind of, not weird in a bad way, but you both just did that. I'm going to say, you must be related. But anyway, I was going to say it. I have to tell you what everybody's saying here. Melissa Surprise says what's real and what isn't is a challenge, talking about what you were just mentioning there about, what is it again? Cognitive what?
Dissonance.
Yeah. They make you believe you are the one going crazy. Yeah. And by the way, that's from Diane. Thank you, Diane, for telling me what your name was there. I appreciate it. Others are giving you claps and shout outs, and that's Aman and others. Leave. Yes, please.
Sorry. I think it was Melissa. I would really just get serious with the journaling. Like, that's what really helped me, because what you're feeling is valid and it's real and it's coming straight from you. So writing that down really helps you get through it and validate your own feelings. And like I said, into the future, you can look back, and those are things that like help keep me away from this person because it was real, you know?
Yeah.
If you don't know
I see it. Oh, please go ahead. Nope. What you're going to say? Go ahead.
Like, I had a girl where she was like, I really want to start journaling, but I'm not sure where to start. If you go on Pinterest and you type like in the search bar, there's a ton of journal prompts where you could say, you know, like, I want to do self-love journaling today, or I want to do trauma stuff, where there's questions that someone made already, and you could just click it and you can just go through that. So that was helpful.
That's very, very good. I am very much so looking forward to your mother being your publishing agent when you guys come up with your own self-published journal. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, that's cute.
The Soul Cousins journal. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing stuff out to you. It pops in my head.
Write this down.
You better. Hey, I told you that in the show prep. If I throw it, just write it, because you got 12 months before I end up coming up with the same idea again.
Yeah, we wanted to do a couple of things before we came to the show, but we only had a couple of weeks in between. So
that's all right. We're listen. I will be your free publicity agent for the rest of your life. As long as I'm around, I'm telling you, guys you ladies are excellent. I have to read you what everybody's writing here, so you know what it is, and we can address it when we come back. But feel free to take notes of some of the things that they're saying. Leave no contact, go ghost. Says, I went back many times because I believed essentially his lies. I'm cleaning that up. That's not really what I think she meant to write. But she believed his lies. Mrs. Ricky M. says, you forget what happened right after the argument because they make you feel so crazy.
Yes.
I just have to say, there's more to read. I'm not going to ignore everybody here, but I just got to take a moment here. Has that happened to both of you?
Yeah, actually, when Kara was just talking about that,
all of a sudden,
what?
Like it would be my fault, and then I would be worried about what.
And then the argument can be so big and so long that you're just like, that's why journaling just helped me so much, because I wrote it word for word how this happened. But like when you try and tell something, you're like, when you try and tell someone, you don't know what the hell just happened. Like, excuse my French.
Well, I have virgin ears and you just insulted me. But what I was going to say is, no, listen, I have to read the rest there. Okay, I'm going to try to read the rest of it and get caught up here. I found it gets even worse. This is from, I'm going to say Natalie, if I remember correctly, but Natter All Night says, I found it gets even worse when you leave. She says, you can't even do basic tasks and the brain fog is so severe. Anybody relate to that as well?
Yeah, it's actually because, and like, we'll get to this a little when we come back.
Yes, when we come back.
Actually because your brain is addicted to this and you're almost detoxing from this person. So you're coming off of all that, so your brain is like whacked out, right? It's like not sure what to do. It's craving that. You know, your amygdala is still really large. Your hippocampus is still shrunk, so your brain is just literally like it's unplugged, like I said. So
I have to tell you, others agreeing with you. Of course, your mom says brain fog. She says the same thing, and you do have a request in here, Mrs. No. I hope not. Can you hear me now? No? You got me back? Hello? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Testing. Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello? Yeah. Gumby's here. Gumby's here. Okay, Gumby's here. All right, so I just want to say, wow, you guys freak me out, because I could hear you and I'm looking at it, but yes, I am frozen. Am I unfrozen now?
We're good.
Okay, so again, Ricky says she's disappointed because she missed your demonstration. So when we come back, you're going to have to do it from the beginning so that she's okay and she can see it and not have to go all the way back and watch it from the beginning, but she may do that anyhow. Your mom says you're doing great. You three. I thought I was going to say you too, but thank you.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Cindy. Yes. And you got 3 hearts from Amon, if I'm saying that right. And Amber, my wonderful friend Amber from last year, who's been on the show a number of times. She says, absolutely agreeing with you. Your mom is giving you a happy laughing face. And great analogy is what Melissa says. You must have gave us an analogy, Kara, a little while back. She's giving you props on that. And your mom is giving you 3 of these. So and a couple of Band-Aids and a few hearts. And Armand's laughing. Everybody's loving you guys. Amber says, changing perspective. Thank you for this information. She's appreciating the information that you're giving. And she's also agreeing about the affirmations that you highlighted. She says that the I am app is so delicious for affirmation. So whatever everybody wants to share with one another, please. Look at me losing my tongue. The Laker game must be coming on. Anybody that wants to share in the chat. If this is your first time here, you don't know this, feel free to talk with one another. That is what normally happens when we do the shows. Don't feel bad if somebody starts speaking to you, and they're doing that because that happens here. It's very interactive throughout the chat and encouraging to one another. They love your idea. Many of them are agreeing with you 1,000%. Aman says, great job. I could listen for hours. See what you guys started? You guys are awesome. See? You guys have to do more lives.
Thank you
guys have to do more lives. Melissa says, I love this. And Melissa says, I love this, and giving you some hearts. Amber says to Armand, same, just popped in and don't want to put the phone down. That's pretty good, Amber. That's pretty good, Amber. I like that one. I might use that. I might make a shirt out of that. That was pretty funny. Journal. She's agreeing with you. Amber is about journaling. There's an awesome book called Let It Out that really changed my perspective on journaling as well. That is something I do want to touch on before we go to our commercial break. And you're getting from Mrs. Or rather Mr. Cindy or Mrs. Cindy 32.
Sure, that's my boyfriend. Okay,
all right. The man with a plan to keep your heart. He says, great job, ladies, and he's giving you some props there. And trauma bond, go away, come back. Did we talk about the trauma bond?
That is what I was going to come back.
I was going to say, aren't we going to talk about? Okay, so I'm going to make sure. So please stick around. Go away, come back. And I am sorry I forgot your name. You told me at another show, but please, if you can, come back. Of course, you can watch this back later for free on our Instagram page. But we're going to talk about trauma bond. I just wanted to make sure that so I can tell her that.
And no contact as well.
Okay, and no contact. 32 years to detox is what she says. Yeah, Amber says, and finding new love. We'll talk about that as well.
You guys just want to hang out all night.
Yeah, I told you, Laker game coming on. I don't know about that, even though it's recorded. But I have to tell you this. Amber says 32 years to detox, and with a sad face, of course. And it's a long journey. She's still having a long journey. And thank you, Leave No Contact. I appreciate the compliment that you gave me. And yes, I'm not going to read that on air, but I humbly appreciate that.
Can I just say to Amber, it's a long journey, but it's very fulfilling and very rewarding the closer you get to yourself. So don't give up on yourself.
You may find at some point that you may, it's up to you guys, you ladies, I should say, to do a live with her. But she's made great progress. Now she's actually out on her own in her own place. Yeah. And you'd have to connect with her, and she'll tell you the story. I'm not going to I'll let you guys find that out. Everybody, okay, you guys, I'm trying to end this, and somebody just put, Amber just says, absolutely, it's rewarding. She's agreeing with you, by the way. She just typed that, and she says, thank you, and then she calls you beautiful. So thank you for that. I am at the end of everything here. Somebody told me that they sent the comment before they finished typing, but it's okay. I got you. I just want to say, this is what somebody's typing here for us, and doggone it, I just went blank on her name. They say, I just want to say that Katie's mom would be very proud, and she's saying, of you, Katie, and she's saying, love you. So, hey, listen, first of all, this is the wrong channel, because we cry on this thing all the time. Listen, I got a rag over here. I got another rag over here. We have cried many times on this show, me especially. But everybody's agreeing with you. I just wanted to read that to completion at this point. For many of you who have never watched this before and have passing through, this is what we do. It is free internet TV on NARC Abuse TV Network. We also have Open Session Podcast. All of it is free to you, where we showcase other people and their pages that are positive, informative, and they are very encouraging. That is what these two beautiful women are. All three of those things are wrapped up in each one of them, and collectively they are a force to be reckoned with. So by all means, as we are about to go take a break, if you want to know their Instagram page, can one of you type it into the chat real quick before?
Yeah.
And when we come back, Kara, what are we going to be discussing again?
Trauma bonding and the science in your brain behind it, because I'm a little nerd.
And you're not a nerd. You're not a nerd.
I'm like
you're helping people.
Nerd where you
and
don't
also,
you're under.
Smart,
also
Yeah.
no contact. And if you guys are on that path of no contact right now, I know how hard it could be, but stay tuned and just keep doing the best that you can to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you can't come back, remember there's another episode coming as soon as I get done uploading this and getting everything ready to come back on again. And we're going to talk about these points that they're highlighting. Now, of course, you can go to their Instagram page and get some of this information as well, and they're going to post more things for you to learn from. But right now, this is your opportunity to get to know them a little bit better and know the people behind the bio. Yes.
If you guys are in here right now, send us a DM with a wave, and we want to say hi to you guys and meet you guys. So
there you go. Okay, everybody. You asked the wrong audience because they'll do it too.
I'm excited.
We love
to reach out to all you guys.
You'll get new followers. Anybody that comes on my page ends up getting new followers every time because my audience is very loyal to whoever teaches them and takes out of their time. They love it. So thank you.
We'll be learning from you guys too. We'll be learning from you. We're always learning, so we're not.
I appreciate you saying that to them because the only thing you learn from me is I've got to take a commercial break. So thank you both. An hour and 11 minutes we have gone. And hopefully you've gotten some of those jitters out. You were nervous at the beginning, huh?
Oh, yeah. It's so much better now. I was my lips were like quivering. I was all scared. I'm like, this is so easy. This is everything that we prepared for.
I don't think your lips were moving, actually.
No, to me they were. I'm like, yeah. Okay, anyways.
All right. So we'll be back in just a moment. Everybody, thank you very much. We'll be back. Expect us back in about another 15 minutes thereabouts. Okay, everybody? We'll see you soon. In just a little bit. Be right back. Way to go. You are like my daughters, both of you, because that's what I hear in my house all the time. You're like, it's like being with my son. I got to go pee. And thanks a lot. All right, we'll see you later. Remember that's the last words you're going to hear on this segment. Bye.
Bye.
You're scared of being alone. You're scared of this person changing and finding happiness with someone else.
Wow.
Yeah. And also the guilt. You have all of this guilt because narcissists are great at guilt tripping you. They blame you for basically everything. Like, oh, you don't love me because you don't want to stick it out and make it work with me. Or, and that guilt is heavy. So you don't want to carry that.
I've been waiting for this. And I had a number of people once they found out you were coming on the show.
Yeah, that's exciting.
I literally got DMs on you telling me, great choice. So I just want you to know that.
That's cool.
Literally.
Thank you.
I think I had three or four that
that's
told me
nice.
they reposted my advertisement you were coming on, and they were like, great choice, Paxton. Great choice. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You got a fan club. You got groupies.
I love my people, man. I really do.
Yeah. They love you back, They love you back. I appreciate you doing this. This is our second show. today, and our shows are not scripted. You and I both know that, but they are indeed planned. And I am going to tell you something I didn't tell you before.
Tell me.
I see that Elisa. I don't know if you can see the screen. Becoming Elisa, who I admire.
Oh, I love
immensely.
her. Yeah.
Don't you, man? You know what? All three of us should do a show together. Okay,
I'm
Elisa,
in.
there it is.
I'm in.
I'll produce it. I'll make it. I should. You know what I should do? I should do a Zoom live with both of you and open
That'd
it
be
up to
fun.
a huge audience.
For
We'll
sure.
talk about
I love her
We'll
too.
talk about it.
Okay.
I'm saying that on air, and she has no idea. But I'm throwing her this opportunity.
You're throwing out a line.
Yes, that's all I'm going to do. I have to tell you this. And what I was leading up to was this. Okay, good. She says she's in. Hey, okay, Michelle. Okay. The Elisa
My
Michelle.
left hand sucks.
The Elisa Michelle hour. That's what I should call it. It's going to take more than an hour, first of all, both of you together. Trust me. I had to do 3 shows with her. Yes, I know both of you. Wait, all 3 of us will be that way. That's okay.
Cool.
It'll do good for the community. Anyhow, what I wanted to mention to you was there are a number of things that are on your page that we will not have all the time to get to today. We just talked a little bit before the show started, and I kind of let you know what I had in mind. But we're going to get right to it. So everyone, it may seem a little strange what I'm going to do today. You may not be accustomed to me doing this because I really go quite slow.
I've never done a live at all. I have no expectations whatsoever.
Okay.
So
that's good because
you're safe.
I'm like the person.
Man.
And if you've never done a live before, I'm the person, the right show to come on. People have told me. I don't know. I'm not saying that. People have done a number of lives for the first time. They did it with me. So hopefully you will enjoy yourself. But I'm going to go a certain rhythm today, everyone, is because I want to maximize the time that we're going to have together. So I'm getting a little situated for what I'm going to do here. And here we go, my friend. Michelle.
Let's do it.
You have agreed to come on this show so that you and I can work together to, spread NARC abuse awareness. And to make sure, to make sure that we're having an impact to help others who are dealing with this. As briefly as you can say it, how would you describe your experience when it came to dealing with someone who had narcobusic behavior and traits in your life? How would you describe it?
Brutal. In a word, brutal.
In a word, okay.
But I mean, gosh, I got it from all ends of the spectrum, you know? Like my mother, you know, I don't like to use terms of endearment when referring to these people, but it was my mother was the head narc, the henchman, enabler, father. I believe he's an inverted narc, you know, stepping back from it now. And then, you know, when I was in my young 20s, I became engaged to a narc. You know, these people infiltrate like all areas of our life because they set the foundation of abuse, mistreatment, what we tolerate, and it's just what we gravitate to. Unfortunately, it's a terrible cycle, and we don't know that we're in it. So that's my involvement with. That's why I feel so passionate about this. I took a class about narcissistic abuse coaching, and I thought I was going to go that route, but I didn't because I just. You know, it just gets me. Like, I know you feel that way as well. It's like everyone, we're all in the same boat, you know?
Yeah.
I appreciate and I respect coaches so much. They're so important. I went to college, ironically, I have my master's in, you know, psychology, counseling. Wow. And it's just, I had no idea. Like, people speak about how mental health professionals are not equipped to counsel in regard to this topic.
Right.
Because it's true. Like, I remember my exposure to narcissism. It was a Saturday class. I was barely paying attention. I was barely lucid. And the professor made a joke like, oh, I'm narcissistic, you know? Like, okay, you know, and that's as far as it went.
Was he serious?
It was a female, and yeah, she was like joking, and it's not funny. There's nothing
No, it's not.
funny about
No, it's not.
narcissistic abuse. It's vicious, cruel. It's horrible.
Yeah,
So
I like a posting that you made here to actually, it really complements what you're saying. You have a posting that is dated, and by the way, if anybody wants to know, please like, comment,
I
share,
just read
follow.
something.
Like, comment,
I'm
share, follow
trying
her
not.
page.
I'm trying not
okay.
to.
That's okay.
But I have a psych degree too. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it took you till you were 44 to. I'm 41 now.
Let me
I forget.
let me read that for you. It says, I have a psych degree, but took me until I was 44 to identify my own NARC abuse. That seems to be a running theme that happens. And by the way, I just want you to know, Michelle, you don't look a day over 33. So we'll just say that right. Take that. I have to read something to you as we move into this.
Already.
Everyone that's here, I love each and every one of you. But Michelle did tell me that I only have a certain amount of time with her. So we're going to get in as much as we can.
My kids are getting off the bus, and the bus, we have a new bus driver, and she's so nasty. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I knew you were going to say I was trying.
You knew I had to interject. I can't shut my mouth.
I knew you were going to do it. I said, don't talk about the bus driver. She may be listening.
She's so mean, man. She's so mean. Like, I'm in a wheelchair, and I have to, like, that's why the bus comes to our house, thank God, you know. But, like, I have to, like, she has to physically see me. Like, I'm going to leave my kids unattended. Anyway.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read this to you, this posting that was dated. By the way, you have a YouTube channel. Tell everybody the YouTube channel name.
Oh, yes. It's Bumped, Bruised, and Blessed, just like my Instagram. And, you know, I try to type a lot. I try to be thorough in my posts. Yeah. But as you can see, I have so much more to speak on. So I like to supplement the Instagram with the YouTube. So I make videos, you know, basically corresponding to all the issues I'm working through. I know we're all experiencing that. So validation has been like the paramount, you know, you have the best look at the tool screen. In my healing. Yeah.
You have to look at the screen. Can you see the screen? Somebody just wrote you something. Do you see what it says?
Your YouTube saved me. I love you for saying that. That means a lot to me.
That's
What's up, Erica?
That's from Lindsay Lindsay L, I guess that is 77. She says your YouTube saved me. All right, now we need to go into rescue mode again and say some more of this stuff here that we have that is beneficial. Here we go. You have a posting. That posting January 5th says, narcissists are so predictable. They deny everything. They deny everything, never apologize, and they want to be selfish. It says, it's like they take advice from a toxic handbook. Now, bear with me now. I'm going to read a couple of things, and then you go ahead and start talking about it.
I'll take it. Yes.
Everybody, Erica, thank you for being here. She's giving some love to you and everyone that's here. Please understand, this is Michelle's first live Instagram, correct?
Totally.
Okay, so everybody, we're going to do a number of things here, and then she has to go pick up her kids from
I'm not going. I just have to wheel myself to the front door.
So we're going to get in as much as we can today, but believe me, she is going to be a regular right here on NARC Abuse TV Network. So here we go.
Thank you.
It says, you wrote this, and I need you to please comment and expound on it. It says, I say it often, but it's never enough. I truly appreciate this incredible community of fellow victims of narcissistic abuse. We are all healing each other through validation and support is what you write. You also write this: swapping war stories allows us to release the burdens we have been bearing for years, even decades. Sharing also provides desperately needed validation to others reading our experiences. Why? There's much more here I'm going to be reading in a moment, but I want to stop right there. Why are these words very important for all of us to hear and know right now?
Because if you grew up in a narcissistic run, dysfunctional unit, I like to say unit as opposed to family, because most of us have families now legitimately and love and appreciate them for, what we believe family should be. But anyway, but you grew up all those years, like, something's not right, something's wrong. Like, it shouldn't be this way. Shouldn't my parents love me and care about me? And they don't. And you feel it, man. Like, kids are very intuitive. Most of us are very intuitive. I'm sorry, I have my phone propped up on a weight leaning against my computer. So
you're doing great. You're doing great.
So I'm trying, I'm sorry. So in regard to just the validation, it's just everything, like, we grew up in these environments just knowing something was off, but not being able, like I said, I have my degrees in psychology, and I had a natural inclination to, want to understand, the human mind and our behaviors and everything. And it just, like, narcissists are a totally different species. That's another one of my recent posts. They're just incomprehensible. Like, how could a human being, treat their own children that way, or their partner, somebody that loves them? And that's the crux of it. At the end, the victims, we loved these people, whether they were our parents, our partners, or whatever. And these people wanted to, destroy us, essentially.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you write this, and everyone on the screen is agreeing with you 100% for what you wrote as well as what you're saying. But let me read this and then comment on this. You said this in that same posting. It's almost as if narcissists have the same toxic handbook. This is what you wrote in the comments. Feel free to go to her page, by the way, and take a look at what I'm reading here. You can find it. The terrible encounters we endured with these nightmares was designed to gaslight us. Narcissists seek to psychologically dismantle victims, is what you wrote. We are slowly and strategically trained to question ourselves and to believe that we are the problem. Did you feel that you were the problem as you were existing with those who were trying to systematically and psychologically tear you down?
Always, in every circumstance dealing with a narcissist. I vaguely reference, like, a peripheral narcissist that I currently deal with as well. Thankfully, I've eradicated most narcissists from my life, but as you can't shut everyone out. No. So there's one that I continue to have exposure to. But, in terms of my parents, I've gone no contact since August of 2019. No regrets whatsoever. My only regret is not doing it sooner. And in terms of that relation shit, let's get our shit together. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be vulgar, but that's the best word to describe it. In terms of that entanglement, I was always meant to feel like there's something wrong with me, And I was 20 years old, man. I was at the top of my game when I was with this jerk. And I had a great job. I was cute. I was successful.
Hold on. Wait, no, you said cute. Hold on a second.
I like that. I was cute, man. I had so much going for me. I had a great job, and I was getting my graduate degrees and stuff. And this loser made me feel like the loser. It's amazing. Like, I have a reel about it. You guys actually reposted it. Narcissists will take an intelligent person, make you think you're stupid. They'll take thanks, Erica. But
you see it. Well, let me tell everybody, because everybody's going to know what it says there when they watch this back. But Erica, how sweet of you. She mentions you're still cute, girl. So
that's my girl.
Yeah. Go ahead. You were saying they'll take a person who is making progress in life.
They just want to destroy someone because they have that, like, external locus of control. I've mentioned this. They view the world as having wronged them in some way. So the fault is everyone else's. It's not theirs. So they seek out to, displace their anger, aggravation onto everyone else. So they target us. They find people that they want to emulate, essentially. So they admire us in some way. They recognize our awesomeness, but then they want to destroy us because that makes them feel better in their juvenile way, but it also makes them, feel like important, like if I can hurt you, then that makes me powerful, right? Because I had this impact. It's so twisted and disgusting, but
okay, that is so twisted, but it's something that a lot of people here are recognizing they agree with. Matter of fact, Erica says, the pack coach, we'll start there first. The pack coach, Anastasia, says, I feel you about what we're talking about. Erica mentions, yes, they get a kick out of it. Lindsay says, destroyed is the perfect word for it. Also, let's see here. Ladies and gents, of course, as I mentioned, if it's your first time here, maybe you don't know, I highlight this to you. Please forgive me for me butchering your Instagram name. But feel free to put in Jane Doe or whatever you want to. If you feel emotionally safe, you want to use your regular name, feel free to do so. But that looks like GS Trev 5678 says also they get off on bringing awesome people down and out, is what she says. Erica highlights so true. They're all agreeing with you that this happens.
That's my goal, is to just, make us all aware, all victims of narcissistic abuse, how great we all are. I mean, you can see it in other people. You don't see it in yourself.
That is true.
Because we were trained to feel badly about ourselves, and we've been cut down for all these years. But I deal with, people commenting and messaging me and my YouTube channel and stuff, and I'm like, gosh, what great people. There's no
amazing people,
better community out there, man. It's such good people. And it's so sad that we don't see that, because, or that you guys don't even see that about yourselves, because
that's
just made of the best stuff, overcoming the disgusting treatment and still being a good person. There's tons of Instagram posts about that, but it's true. To have been targeted and, psychologically abused by someone, but then to still show up in other people's lives as the good people that you are. And there's nothing stronger than that.
I love what you say here. And I'm going to read some more, everybody, and then I'm going to finish from this particular posting, but I'm going to read something that I read just a moment ago that you wrote. In the same posting, you said swapping war stories allows us to release the burdens we have been bearing for years, even decades. That sentence says. Most people have been in something they don't recognize they're in, and they literally have been in a war, an emotional war that has taken its toll on them to the point that many feel that they don't want to exist. That's what we talked about in our first show, my first show with Julia earlier. Go ahead, please. No, go ahead, Michelle.
It's disgusting. It's just, we're the ones that end up carrying the burden of the torment that comes from these narcissists. They're the ones that are not dealing with their trauma, so they construct this grandiose facade, and it's malicious, where they seek out to hurt people. And we're the ones that end up paying for it. They're victims, just genuinely good-hearted, innocent people. I'm in a wheelchair. I guess you can't see it, which is a good thing because it's kind of beat up. But, I really, so many people that I speak to have autoimmune diseases or physical manifestations of this trauma, because the body keeps the score. If you guys haven't read that book, it's so valid. It's autoimmune disease. It just makes so much sense to me. It's we've been attacked our whole life, so your own body just becomes accustomed to that, and your body's I'm going to attack you too.
Yeah, it's gonna continue to do what has been happening to it. But I'm going to read something to you now. It's your own words, but they're very encouraging words that you wrote. And then you can talk about these also. You wrote this. You said narcissists, again, I'm just going to repeat this. Narcissists seek to psychologically dismantle victims. We are slowly and strategically trained to question ourselves and to believe that we are the problem. The narcissist's efforts to berate us involves vilifying everyone except the actual abuser. This enables them to proclaim victimhood for themselves.
That's what they live for. That's like part of their persona that they're trying to construct, you know. They're constantly looking for attention. They're constantly looking for pity or attention in any form that they're able to garnish it. So, and, you know, by vilifying us, they're able to dismantle us as a threat, you know, as the truth tellers, the justice seekers. Don't pay attention to her, you know, don't listen to what she has to say. Look at me, feel bad for me because she's so mean to me. I recently wrote this in a post. You know, my NARC mother always used to say, why do you hate me so much? Why are you so mean to me? And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not a nasty person, you know, I'm not mean to people. And I don't like you because you treat me terribly, but I don't act that way, you know, like I was always trying to win her love and approval and always trying to do things to, I have a hair in my eye, it's killing me. But, you know, I wasn't, like, they try to make us out to be like these terrible people and it doesn't fit. It's not right.
It doesn't fit. Okay, that should be the name of a book you write because
I got books coming.
Lindsay says Michelle needs to write a book. It doesn't fit. I love that.
Don't you worry.
It doesn't fit.
I got books on the horizon.
You know, all I'm saying is, you know, before you become super famous and on the red carpet, at least come and do one more show with me before you know you're at the Oscars
all day long.
And you're
sir.
super. I'm just saying that's a great. It just doesn't fit what they
keyword
try to
being
put on
walking. I want to walk. Period. Like that's my end game.
Yeah. Well, I tell you right now, despite what it may seem like in a physical aspect, you are walking tall among a lot of people. A lot of people like you. I really mean that. When I told you, I posted it, and so many people responded to me, like
That's
great
cool.
choice, Paxton, to have her on the show. So I'm glad I found your page. I appreciate it. I have to read some more of your words. Your words were this.
I love that you're doing this because I am very deliberate with my words. You know, that's always been my, and when I say nightmare, like you read in the last passage, that's like the harshest word I could come up with to describe utter defeat. Like I tell my husband that all the time. If I say something is a nightmare, that's like the worst word I can assign.
Okay,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You did use it. You did use that word. Okay, so everyone, if you're coming in right now and you're seeing me move rather quickly through the show, that's because Michelle needs to be able to take care of something, and we'll only have a limited time with her. And I wanted to make sure we cover some things together because, Michelle, you are so encouraging.
Thank you.
You have such an impact on people. So I'm going to read some more of what you wrote. And in doing my research and looking at your information, you need to write an anthology of books. You need volumes of
Seriously,
books.
I'm a lot to unpack. I got a lot of material up in here.
That's why I said you're going to have to come back, or like I said, you and Elisa and I are going to have to do a show together because there's so much information. You have so much information on your page. You have over 700 postings on your page. Yeah, and
man. And I was just saying to my husband today, I just started this like my passion project, and it is my heart. Like I feel this because
you got a lot of passion. You got a lot of passion because I can take a page that has 1,200 postings and knock it out in a day and go through all of them, literally. Comments that I can scroll through and read through them quickly. I got stuck reading your page and
They're
did not
like,
get
no,
past.
I
Let
write
me tell you,
intentionally.
I did not get past 200 and some odd posts because I kept reading the comments. The comments
God
were like,
bless you for
there's
reading
like
it.
there's like 3 posts, if not 10, in one post that you make. There's so many comments
Yeah.
in one post. So we're going to use this post that you have that I'm reading now as the entire show, because the next thing that you write is this. You say that, again, I'll repeat a little bit that I mentioned, the narcissist's efforts to berate us involves vilifying everyone except the actual abuser.
Yeah.
This enables them to proclaim victimhood for themselves. As we support one another and share, these are your words, you type this, I am always shocked by the striking similarities in our stories. Do they learn, talking about the narcissist, do they learn their malice from a toxic textbook manual?
It's true. It's like when we share our stories, and when I read and I read every comment, I'm always like, it always upsets. I'm trying to like block the glare. Oh my God. But
You're doing great. You're doing great.
It always upsets me, like when I read other people's horrible stories.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, like I'm sure people read my stuff and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe they did.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's like that's how we feel about each other. We don't like feel that way. We don't give ourselves that kind of grace. But when we read about other people's abuse, we're like, oh my God, that's horrible. But the crazy thing is they're so similar. It's like they all do the same stuff because they all have that twisted, disordered mentality. That's why they're able to categorize it in the DSM, the Diagnostic Statistical Manual.
When it comes to life, it can be challenging if a person doesn't know that they're in abuse, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
what do you suggest? What do you suggest for someone? And our audience has been changing here. It's getting younger. I'm talking about 16, 18 years of age. It's showing in our analytics that we have that younger women are Googling this and finding out that they've been a part of an abusive family dynamics or a number of things. What's your advice to someone just beginning this journey and they're just now watching this for the first time and they're in a room now of maybe seasoned people who've been talking about this for a while? They can't wrap their brain around it. What are your words of advice to them?
God bless you guys. You're way better off than I was way back when. But knowledge is power. Learn everything that you can to validate what you are experiencing, what you know is wrong inside, but you need to validate it from an outside source to really give yourself that credit, because narcissists, as I was saying in those posts, they dismantle your intuition. You know, we all have it. We're all born with it. And we know better. And we're intelligent people. That narcissists just try to smoke and mirrors everything. They'll say they love us, but then they treat us like garbage, you know. We know better. But learning about it, reading about it, so whatever outlet works best for you. Like when the narcissist dumped me back in 2005, thank God. Again, when that happened.
Wait, Michelle, wait, we gotta hold on a second. Round of applause because you got free.
All I did, I went to Barnes and Noble way back when that, was popular. I went to the self-help love section and I got all these books. Narcissistic abuse wasn't even on the radar back then. So
2005, you said 2005, right? Okay.
Yeah. It was all about like controlling people, emotionally abusive people. Everything fit. All of the diagnostic criteria was there. All of the evidence was there, but the label was not there. So I still have these books on my shelf, man. Like and I have every page highlighted like wild. And it's just when you educate yourself and you validate yourself, it's everything. It's all you need.
When you started to do research, you had your Barnes and Noble's moment in time, and it became your resource to get information and knowledge. What was it like for you when you started truly processing what psychologically and emotionally, strategically had been done to you? Describe that.
It's a disgusting relief. You know, like my husband and I said that about losing our son. It was like a disgusting relief, and it's a horrible choice of words, but it's like the validation, again, I can't stress it, it's priceless. It's everything. It's like, I'm not crazy, this is really happening, you know, but it's a relief because it's like, it's over, and it was torture and it was abuse, but when I was able to, you know, pinpoint that it was in fact abuse, I was like, that makes sense. That's why I was so miserable for so long, trying to make it work.
You were in this war, as I said earlier, I read some of your words, you know, these war stories that we have now, a person can have. You were in this war, but you didn't see it per se in the moment. But once you were, as you said, 2005, discarded, you got some knowledge, you began to process it. When did you decide, though, that you weren't going to be quiet anymore and you weren't going to be silent? When did that kind of kick in and you became this force to be reckoned with and started really speaking out with your YouTube and everything? When did that kick in?
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it all started in 2019 when I finally cut contact, when I really was able to confirm that like I got the validation from the class that I took, and I was like, you know, all those years of just bottling things up and taking it, like I was the black sheep. I was always the black sheep, and I was always just punched down and kicked down and like, you're the bad one and you're the problem and all the other things. So I was silenced for all that time. So now I'm just like, I won't shut up. And like I said, I did not go the route of being a coach because I just want to make things available to all of us victims, because everybody deserves to be educated and to learn about this stuff. And I love being able to use my education and my communication skills to convey all of this.
And you're doing an excellent job. It was 2019. Did you say August, if I got that correct, that you went no contact with your parents?
Yeah, I mean, I started to try to, but you all know it's never a clean break. There's engulfing parents, and then there's ignoring parents. And ironically, mine are the worst of everything. It's like they ignored me, acted like I didn't matter, and I had no value to them until they wanted something, you know, they wanted to cherry pick my life or events out of my life that they wanted to exploit or use for attention.
Mm-hmm.
And
so your achievements and what was happening in your life and what was happening with your family, they would cherry pick it so that they could go and tell their friends
to try to look good,
look good and stuff like that. You know, a lot of people experience that, but they think that's just the way the family's supposed to go. But that's not normal, correct?
No, man. Your parents are supposed to be, like, if you have children now, like you do, obviously, but anyone watching, like, you have kids now, you love your kids, you're proud of your kids, you genuinely,
up or down, up or down, good, right.
You genuinely just want to see them succeed, man.
Yeah.
And you're genuinely, authentically proud of them. You love them. You don't use them. And that's what narcissistic parents do. They use you. That's when, I guess, back to I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay focused here. But the pivotal...
There is no staying focused with you and I together. Now imagine when we get Well,
I
all
will
three of us
totally
get
go
together.
off the
You know what I'm
rails,
talking.
man.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we're gonna have fun. Go ahead. I'll work on it. I'll produce it and put it together. But anyhow, go
But
ahead. You
I
were saying.
totally like that's when that was a pivotal moment when I started to go no contact, or when I decided like enough is enough, man. I deserve better. My family deserves better. That was
Wow.
when I was like, oh, the hell with this. I'm not sitting on this anymore. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't not put this out there. And like I said, it was just a passion project type of a thing. You know, we're all
Not
healing.
anymore. Not anymore. You're a force to be reckoned with on many time zones, and you're getting so much love here on the screen. Others are talking about what you're mentioning right now. I do have to tell you that let's see here. Lindsay is saying this is so empowering, and of course,
Awesome.
Amber is here, and Amber is mentioning that I'm not crazy. Many are finding out that they're not crazy. many are
It's
coming to
amazing.
understand
It is
that.
such an
Yeah,
amazing,
yeah,
like, sanity. Our sanity is priceless. We
yeah,
deserve it. And these people are the disordered ones, but they try to impose it on us by
yeah.
mistreating us, by vilifying us. You know,
Yeah.
it couldn't be farther from the truth.
So
They're
if
the ones that
anyone
need
is here, anyone is here, and you're wondering to yourself, it'd be safe to say if you're wondering and you come on this show, I am telling you now, you are not crazy. Okay, let's just get
Thank
this out the
you.
way right now. There is
I like
nothing
that.
wrong with you except what is normal to every imperfect human being on this planet.
Exactly. Like
The
nobody's
difference is,
perfect, but
yes, some emotional leech has latched on themselves to you and is trying to suck the juicy good stuff out of you, and look
yeah.
as if they're the originator of it and you're persecuting them. So look, let's do this. I'm going to read something to you now. We have gone 40 minutes, so I know we have a little bit more time left. And everybody, if you just got in, I'm going to repeat it again.
I got
Michelle
a
can
bone
only.
to pick with a bus driver.
I really want to get into that, but I know we don't have time. But she does have something that she needs to do in regards to her children. So we have only a limited time, but believe me, she will be a regular. You will always have an open chair here at NARC Abuse TV
Thank
Network,
you.
Michelle. Only a few people can have those. I love all of my guests, but can be able to come back on the spur of the moment. If you just go, hey, Paxton,
I
can
have
I
to
come on
say
right
that
now?